Consumer Reports just dropped new reliability scores, and honestly, some of them are hard to believe. I'm talking about brand new cars scoring 15 out of 100 for reliability. Cars that were marketed as safe family vehicles, as luxury upgrades, as the future of driving. And now, owners are dumping them within months, not because they're bored, but because repairs, software failures, and battery problems are showing up before the first warranty even feels safe. Today, I'm counting down the 8 worst cars according to Consumer Reports, from hybrids with $7,000 battery replacements, to electric vehicles losing power mid-drive, to luxury SUVs that quietly turn into insurance and depreciation nightmares. And the number 1 car on this list? It's a family SUV that fails in almost every major category: reliability, electronics, powertrain, and ownership cost. If you care about long-term reliability, resale value, and not throwing retirement money at surprise repairs, you'll want to see this one through to the end. Let's begin with the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. This was supposed to be the perfect family car. Quiet, spacious, efficient, the kind of minivan you buy expecting easy, worry-free ownership. Instead, Consumer Reports gives the Pacifica Hybrid a troubling 26 out of 100 for reliability, and the problems start much earlier than most families anticipate. The biggest concern is the hybrid battery. Owners report failures as early as 40,000 miles, and once the factory warranty expires, replacement costs can reach $8,000 or more. That is not routine maintenance. That is the cost of another used vehicle. The hybrid system itself adds more stress. Sudden loss of power in traffic, charging ports that stop responding, infotainment screens freezing mid-drive while warning lights appear without explanation. Resale value takes a hit fast. As soon as buyers understand the post-warranty battery risk, depreciation accelerates. Many owners trade the vehicle early, not because they want something new, but because they want out before a major repair bill lands. Even fuel savings fall short. Real-world mileage often misses the advertised numbers, which means less efficiency and more frustration. Moving on to the Tesla Model X. The Tesla Model X was supposed to be the ultimate tech-forward family SUV. Falcon wing doors, blazing acceleration, cutting-edge software. Instead, it has become one of the most problematic luxury vehicles owners can buy. Consumer Reports slams the Tesla Model X with a reliability score of just 25 out of 100, placing it firmly among the most problematic vehicles on the road. The biggest issue is build quality. Doors fail to open or close properly. Sensors malfunction. Water leaks around seals. Panels don't line up the way a 6-figure SUV should. Then there's the electronics. The central screen freezes, cameras glitch, driver assist systems disengage without warning. Some owners report total system reboots while driving. Repairs are not simple. Out-of-warranty fixes can cost thousands, and service delays stretch for weeks because Tesla controls parts and repairs tightly. Insurance companies also factor these risks in, pushing premiums higher than many owners expect. Depreciation hits hard, too. As reliability concerns spread, resale values soften fast, especially once warranty coverage ends. Many owners trade the Model X early, not for something newer, but for something more predictable. The Model X still delivers speed and tech wow factor. What it struggles to deliver is long-term peace of mind. Continuing with the Ford F-150 Lightning. The Ford F-150 Lightning looks like the future of trucks. Big power, instant torque, silent driving. On paper, it sounds like the perfect upgrade from a gas pickup. In real-world use, the biggest shock comes from range collapse, especially when towing. Consumer Reports scores the Ford F-150 Lightning at 28 out of 100, a clear signal that this electric truck is still paying the price for first-generation growing pains. Ford advertises impressive numbers, but once a trailer is hooked up, reality changes fast. A claimed 300-plus mile range can drop to around 120 miles or less while towing. That turns long trips into constant charging stops and careful route planning. Cold weather makes it worse. Charging slows down, range drops further, and a fast charge from 10 to 80% can take over an hour in winter conditions. That is not a minor inconvenience. That changes how the truck can be used. Owners also report software problems, screens freezing, systems rebooting while driving, door handles failing to pop out when needed. Some early models required battery pack replacements under recall, and outside warranty, those repairs are extremely expensive. Parts availability adds another layer of frustration, with long wait times for fixes. The Lightning works well for short, unloaded trips. As a real truck replacement for towing, hauling, and long-distance work, the limitations hit hard. This is not a toy problem. It directly affects usability, resale value, and insurance costs as buyers realize this truck cannot do everything a traditional F-150 can. Coming up next is the Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep Wrangler sells an image that is hard to resist. Rugged, unbreakable, built for adventure, the kind of vehicle that looks ready for anything. The problem shows up the moment it becomes a daily driver. On Consumer Reports' 100-point reliability scale, the Jeep Wrangler limps in at 26, exposing the gap between rugged image and real-world ownership. The most infamous issue is the death wobble. At highway speeds, a small bump can trigger violent front-end shaking that makes the steering wheel feel out of control. Repairs often involve suspension components like track bars, ball joints, and steering stabilizers, with costs ranging from hundreds to well over $1,000. This reputation follows the vehicle. Insurance companies factor in accident risk and repair frequency, which can push premiums higher than many buyers expect. Resale value also takes a hit as used car shoppers actively avoid Wranglers with any hint of suspension issues. Electronics add more frustration. Screens glitch, sensors fail, roof seals leak in heavy rain. Wind noise wears you down on long highway drives. The Wrangler excels off-road. As a comfortable, reliable daily vehicle, it demands compromises many owners do not anticipate. The image sells adventure. The reality brings higher insurance bills, resale anxiety, and frequent repairs. Moving on to the Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue has always been sold as the smart, safe choice. Comfortable, affordable, easy to live with. The kind of SUV people buy expecting low drama and predictable costs. The trouble starts once the miles add up. On Consumer Reports' 100-point reliability scale, the Nissan Rogue lands at 43, confirming it is far from the dependable choice many buyers expect. Owners report hesitation, shuddering, overheating, and sudden loss of power, often well before 70,000 miles. When the CVT fails, repairs are rarely minor. Replacement costs commonly fall between $4,000 and $6,000, turning routine ownership into a major financial hit. That risk changes how the Rogue holds value. Used buyers know the reputation, and resale prices reflect it. Trade-in offers drop quickly, and many owners feel pressure to sell the vehicle early, long before they plan to. Electronics add to the frustration. Infotainment systems lag. Warning lights appear without explanation. Driver assist features disengage unexpectedly. The Rogue feels fine when it is new. Confidence fades as the warranty nears its end. It is marketed as an easy, dependable daily driver. In reality, long-term ownership often becomes a balancing act between repair risk and resale timing. Next up is the Infiniti QX50. The Infiniti QX50 is a car almost no one talks about anymore. It sits on dealer lots. Sales are weak, and buyers quietly walk past it. Consumer Reports places the Infiniti QX50 in the low 40s out of 100 for reliability, a mediocre score that explains why buyers quietly avoid it. The biggest issue is the variable compression turbo engine paired with a CVT. On paper, it sounds advanced. In reality, owners report hesitation, rough acceleration, and unpredictable power delivery. The CVT brings familiar problems, including shuddering and long-term durability concerns that scare off used car buyers. Electronics do not help its case. Infotainment systems lag, screens freeze, driver assist warnings appear randomly. None of this feels acceptable in a luxury-branded SUV. Ownership costs quietly climb. Out-of-warranty repairs are expensive, and resale value drops fast because shoppers know the reputation. Many QX50s depreciate heavily within the first few years, making them hard to sell and easy to avoid. This SUV should have been Infiniti's volume seller. Instead, poor reliability scores and weak confidence keep buyers away. The QX50 is not loud about its problems. It simply gets ignored, and that is often the worst outcome of all. Moving on to the Ford Bronco Sport. The Ford Bronco Sport is sold as a lifestyle upgrade. Trail-ready looks, adventure branding, weekend freedom baked into the marketing. Daily ownership tells a very different story. Consumer Reports pegs the Ford Bronco Sport's reliability down around the low 30s out of 100 on its scale, a score that sits well below many compact SUV rivals and undercuts the rugged image buyers expect. The biggest complaints center around the engine and transmission. Owners report hesitation during acceleration, jerky shifts at low speeds, and rough operation in stop-and-go traffic. The 1.5-liter turbo engine has also been linked to oil consumption issues in early models, something that quickly raises long-term durability concerns. Electronics add more frustration. Infotainment systems freeze, cameras and sensors cut out. Driver assist features disengage without warning. The all-wheel drive system, a major selling point, is not immune either. Some owners report delayed engagement and strange noises when switching drive modes, especially after light off-road use. Interior quality does not match the image. Door latches stick, plastic trim rattles, cabin materials wear faster than expected for a vehicle marketed as rugged. Repairs are not cheap, and parts are often model-specific, which leads to longer wait times at the dealer and higher labor costs. The Bronco Sport looks ready for adventure. Living with it day to day often feels like managing small but constant problems. And last but not least is the Audi Q4 e-tron. The Audi Q4 e-tron was sold on one promise above everything else: German precision, clean design, solid engineering, premium feel, a compact electric SUV meant to bring Audi quality into the EV era. Instead, Consumer Reports gives the Q4 e-tron a disappointing 23 out of 100 for reliability, and most of the problems come from the very technology that was supposed to set it apart. Software is the biggest weakness. The infotainment system freezes. The digital instrument cluster glitches. Cameras and sensors fail without warning. Some owners report software updates that create new problems instead of fixing old ones. Charging brings more frustration. Fast charging often takes longer than advertised. Some vehicles stop charging early for no clear reason. Cold weather cuts real-world range hard, turning a claimed 240-plus miles into closer to 180 miles in winter conditions. Ownership costs add another layer of pain. Out-of-warranty repairs are expensive, parts are limited, and many fixes require dealer-only service. That drives up labor costs and extends downtime, something luxury buyers rarely expect. Depreciation follows quickly. As reliability concerns spread, resale values soften, especially for used buyers worried about long-term software support and battery longevity. The Q4 e-tron looks refined and modern. Living with it often feels unpredictable. German precision was the promise. Software chaos became the reality. After going through all of these vehicles, one pattern becomes very clear. Sometimes the smartest car isn't the most exciting one. It isn't the newest. It doesn't come packed with experimental technology, and it usually isn't the one dominating commercials or social media. It's the car that quietly does its job year after year, without turning ownership into a financial gamble. A lot of the cars on this list didn't fail because they were badly designed or completely unusable. They failed because they were rushed. Manufacturers pushed new drivetrains, new software, and complex systems to market before they were fully proven. On paper, that innovation looks impressive. In real life, it often translates into software glitches, expensive repairs, long wait times for parts, and owners who feel trapped once the warranty runs out. This is where the financial side really matters, especially for anyone thinking long-term. Repairs don't just cost money. They affect resale value, insurance rates, and even how comfortable you feel driving the car every day. When a vehicle develops a reputation for poor reliability, buyers disappear, trade-in offers drop, and depreciation accelerates. That's when people realize the true cost of ownership is much higher than the sticker price. It's also why so many of these models struggle to sell. Buyers today are more informed than ever. They look at Consumer Reports data, they read owner feedback, they know which vehicles are sitting on dealer lots for months and which ones are quietly being avoided. In many cases, the market is already delivering a verdict long before a car gets discontinued. None of this means exciting cars are bad or that